You ever had a neighbor who got on your last nerve? I know you have. We all have. For some, though, that neighbor can be a constant fly in the ointment. One that annoys you, makes your life an absolute nightmare, and when that happens, a backyard brawl is coming. Welcome, everyone, to Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the West Virginia Mountaineers. As we'll see a team from the American, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Get lined up, ready for the opening kickoff as we get things underway. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to...
Pick your playbook, faggot.
Have you ever had a neighbor who got on your last nerve? I know you have. We all have. For some, though, that neighbor can be a constant fly in the ointment. One that annoys you, makes your life an absolute nightmare, and when that happens, a backyard brawl is coming. Welcome, everyone, to Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the West Virginia Mountaineers. As we'll see a team from the American, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Be looking forward to it. got on your last nerve. I know you have. We all have. For some, though, that neighbor can be a constant fly in the ointment. One that annoys you, makes your life an absolute nightmare, and when that happens, a backyard brawl is coming. Welcome, everyone, to Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the West Virginia Mountaineers. As we'll see a squad from the American, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the West Virginia Mountaineers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
Back to throw, it's fired. That's caught, it's Stanley. They'll make the stop about
that was an accident. I'm gonna definitely punting it. So I can get you to jump off sides. Come on, give it to me.
Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Mountaineers line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Wants to bring it back. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Gun, they'll run it inside. Makes a pass to Marker. Really good surge for this offense. They move.
No, I want to look through your players real quick. The right side of your line sucks. Your running back's good but slow, and you have a good receiving core and a good QB.
One little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. He'll do it himself. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
You can feel the Mountaineer spirit rising, reverberating across the field on this big third down. He'll pull it down. He won't have enough for the first down as the defense able to corral him. It'll be fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Third down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up fourth down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
He'll pull it on the read. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. So many rivalries built on proximity, and Pitt and West Virginia have been squaring off in their backyard since 1895.
And it's just crazy to think about. A rivalry that goes that far back, so close to each other. It means so much for a year of bragging rights, Palmer.
Well, and the hate started in 1895, and every single year, every time these two teams play, you just see that on the field.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. So now it's second and long. He's got it on the right. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And the Mountaineers headed quickly to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass. It's fired. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone
sometimes I really hate this passing
settings. And that's
settings.
just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Oh, no.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Quick strike through the air for the score. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in.
To the air on second down. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Third down coming in the Morgantown faithful, making it tough on this big play. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Another incompletion on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He's got great speed. A huge return there, steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. To the air, it's fired. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Second down, he'll throw it. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. snagged in the middle. It's London.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
They'll go to the air on second and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Diggs. They'll make the stop right there, but Pittsburgh moves the chains and they have a first down.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Breaks into the open. They finally get to him. A what a play there to pick up the first down.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
The Panthers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Under fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points.
Touchdown, Panthers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were.
Oh my guy was supposed to be in the flats. I'm not sure why no one was there, but whatever.
This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
Whatever.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. Well, you could draw a line in the middle and he would have hit that thing. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback making checks. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offense is trying to run the counterplay into the boundary. Those pulling linemen, though, actually led extra linebackers to the point of attack, and as a result, they were able to get a tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Man, Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making a big play, and that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Intercepted to stop the threat. Taking it the other way.
My God, he's fucking blocked right through there.
The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Panthers. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Give to the running back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll send the tight end in motion. The play action fake. Pressure coming. He's going to run it. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield. It's fired. Got his man. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Mountaineers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
There he goes. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
They make the stop, and he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Fires on the move. He got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
And he finds the end zone again. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense is back on the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
You can feel the Mountaineer spirit rising, reverberating across the field on this big 3rd down.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there. And you could tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
The inside handoff. Picks up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Finds his man in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Back to throw, it's fired. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Might be changing the route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Offense facing 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a grab past the marker. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the Mountaineers are flying down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He leaves it with his back. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
To the ground. He's got it again. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the offense tries to go RPO, but that time the quarterback and his intended target just couldn't hook up.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Looking to throw, it's Byard. Finds his big tight end. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half.
West Virginia.
The Mountaineers getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to look downfield again. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Mountaineers will try to move the chains on 4th down. Oops,
My fucking
just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Smashes in between the uprights. And with that, they've taken the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
The option look. Now the pitch. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Third down coming in the Morgantown faithful, making it tough on this big play. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision.
Oh my God. God, that's so fucking...
He's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Well, that's why this guy's one of the best receivers in the country. Even when he's double covered, he's open. He's able to make the catch and get the first down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking downfield on 1st down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
You can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate.
Turning on the Jets. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right and strike.
Touchdown, Pitt! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
He should have been stopped at the beginning of the drive. That's such bullshit.
This offense late in the half, man. You want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass. It's Byard. Got a man. It's Stanley. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Setting up the screen. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Offense back on the field and ready to roll. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balances. Turning it on. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. On the move. Gets it past the marker. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Clemson has just had no answer to the onslaught they faced so far today. Almost feels like instead of touching Howard's rock, that sucker was dropped on top of him. They're trailing by 14 to Georgia Tech. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's fired. He's got his man, makes the grab. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Mountaineers moving quickly to the line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Takes a hit as he fired. Caught close to the marker, it's Stanley. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the results of the play will stand. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. They'll move the tight end. Wants to go up top on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Touchdown, West Virginia. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He's looking to throw. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Great field position.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense...
Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And the Mountaineers want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw, it's fired. Rushes on him. He's going for the goal line.
I tell you, this defense, they've looked really good with their backs against the wall. When they get down in their own end defensively in the red zone, they really just seem to tighten up, and you saw it there on that play.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Wants to go up top. Going for 6. Touchdown, Mountaineers. And that one will give them the lead.
I tell you what, when you give me that kind of effort, I'm going to find you more often. What a layout. QB throws the football a little bit in front of him, had to dive and go make the catch. He lays out, secures the catch through the ground. Remember, got to catch it all the way through the ground. Nice effort by that receiver there.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. fire. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. There he goes.
Fucking.
At the 20. Touchdown, Panthers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. These two offenses have been locked in and going back and forth, David.
Been absolutely cooking. I mean, both offenses doing what they want. Now try to continue this, Jesse, down the stretch. Stay on fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on this offense right now because of the way the other one's playing, so you can't falter. You can't have your service broken. You've got to stay aggressive.
The Mountaineers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to pass. It's fired. Bringing the heat. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
At the Saints.